Hey YouTube, it's me, Josh, and the end of the year is approaching fast. So to celebrate that fact and look forward to 2013, I thought I would give you my top 5 most anticipated horror films of 2013. Now, I'd like to start this off by giving some honourable mentions to movies that I am looking forward to that didn't quite make this list, such as movies like The Hunger Games sequel. And I know that these movies that's not a horror, but onto horrors, some movies that didn't quite make this list are the Evil Dead remake, The Curse of Chucky, and The Last Exorcism Part 2. But all of those movies I am still looking forward to, but just not as much as the ones on the list. So, without further ado, let's start this list. Coming at number 5 is going to be the Oxnard Tapes. Now, if you don't know what the Oxnard Tapes is, this is the Latino spin-off of Paranormal Activity. And although we didn't get much in the tease at the end credits of Paranormal Activity 4, I still reckon that this is going to be a pretty cool movie. You know, and Oren Peli, I think he's directing it. Don't count me on that. He might just be producing, but most of the Paranormal Activity team is in on it, so I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully it will have some kind of connection to Paranormal Activity. Coming at number 4 is going to be the Texas Chainsaw 3D. Now, as you all know, I love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, well, the first 2 at least, and I thought the remake was pretty good for a remake, and the prequel, with the exception of the woeful ending, I thought that the prequel was cool as well. So, the trailer for this movie looks kind of cool. I'm not expecting anything groundbreaking, it to be like as good as the original or anything like that, but with that being said, I'm still excited for it. Coming at number 3 is a James Wan film, and James Wan is my all-time favourite director, and this is his first time directing a sequel, so I'm going to be interested to see how James Wan handles the sequel, and that is of course Insidious Chapter 2. Now, I really liked the first Insidious movie. I thought it was a cool horror film. The first half of the movie was as scary as hell, with like jump scares, and it kept you on seat. The second half of the movie was more of a cool, fun, creepy, and just visually awesome horror film, even though it wasn't quite as scary as the first half. And so I'm really excited to see what James Wan comes up for with the sequel, and at the same time I'm really interested to see what he does for a sequel. Coming at number 2 is going to be Paranormal Activity 5. We're now up to the 5th installment, and whilst yes, I know that the 4th movie was a bit of a disappointment story-wise, because they didn't really explain anything. All they did was raise more and more questions that now people are doubting whether they ever will be answered or not. But since everyone is complaining, I honestly do think that the filmmakers will get their grip together and bring some answers. I'm also hoping that Henry Jost and Ariel Shawman are not directing it, because although they did a pretty good job with Paranormal Activity 3, it's obvious that they have no idea whatsoever where they're going with the story, and I'm hoping that the director will be someone with a bit more of an idea of where they're going with it, because Paranormal Activity 4 had a few plot holes as well, but I'm still really excited for Paranormal Activity 5. You know, I don't know where the story's gonna be. I'm interested to hear that. I've heard rumours that it's gonna be a direct sequel to 4, hopefully giving some answers this time. Now, my most anticipated movie of the year is another James Wan film that had a release date, not for how bad it was, but how good it was. This movie was originally meant to come out, I think, in January 2013, and got moved back to July, where there's more box office. And that is, of course, The Conjuring. The Conjuring is going to be James Wan's next big film. And I love James Wan to death. He is an amazing, amazing filmmaker. So I cannot wait to see what he does with it. I know it's based off a true story. I'm still having an argument in my head about whether I should read the true story before seeing the movie, or whether go into the movie fresh. But I am so excited for this film. I think it's going to be so scary, just by the reviews and everything. And this might be James's second last horror film, so I know he's trying to move out of the horror genre more, but it should be interesting. Okay, gotta go, bye.